Hey, Brandon.
Hey, Kyle.
You're sounding husky.
Still a little under the weather, but feeling good enough to make a toot.
Oh man, it's been a while since we tooted.
It's been a while.
All right. Well,
It's bad for the digestion. What do we got going on today?
You know what? We have a request from the grade 6 students through one of their teachers, Andrew Castle.
Cool. What are we going to do?
The question is, hey, Mr. Castle, new to CAC and new to Google.
Uh-oh.
How do I share stuff?
Cool. Hey, that's not too hard to do.
No, it's not. And it's a cool question if you're not in sort of the Google universe.
Yeah.
You maybe have never sort of done it.
Yeah. So let's talk it through.
Okay. So we're going to start in Drive, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm doing a Drive thing.
Okay. All right. So let's go to Drive, and I've got in my Drive, folders and files.
Yeah.
And let me go into a file.
Cool.
Okay. And this is a Google Doc, and this is about the 2017 girl volleyball schedule. All
Okay.
right. When we go over here, we see this blue button
Called Share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where the sharing magic happens.
It's where we're going to make it all happen.
Exactly. So if we click it, we get a pretty basic window, but
Yep.
in that window, it's kind of complicated. So right now, we kind of have two panes, if you will, or two parts of the window. One, this one up here, controls like who can see this
Yeah.
on a big level.
Yeah.
Is it, anyone at CAC can edit it? Is it anyone at CAC can see it and comment? Is it anyone at CAC can just simply view it? And then there are more options underneath there, but I think we don't want to make this too complicated.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a macro view. And then we've got a micro view here is, do I want to enter in anybody's email address that then can specifically either view and comment, or view and edit?
Which is exactly how we change that up
Exactly.
right over here. So what's important is this link. So whatever you say here, and generally you're going to be something like can view or can view and edit.
Yep.
Those are generally the options that are most commonly used.
Yep.
But if, let's say I wanted to send something out to a group of people that was a class or an email list, using this link is probably the most efficient way to do that. You send them the link or you embed the link in a document somewhere. And if they have that link, they can get into your document.
And Brandon, if I'm a grade 6 student and I enter that link into a group email, and maybe I've got a group of friends or whatever, right now, according to our permissions, what does that link mean that the people that get the link can do?
They can only view the document.
How do I know that?
Well, because it says right here, anyone with a link can view. So if they click on that link, they're going to open the document, but they're not going to make any editing, or they will not be able to edit or comment.
Right.
Which is important because sometimes you don't want things to change. Now, that's a little bit more of like a teacher thing.
Yeah.
I'm sending out a document so that you can view it but not edit it, because
Yep.
I don't want students to change things. However, if I'm a student, generally we share things to collaborate, right? And that's going to be more of like anyone with the link at CAC can edit the document.
So now if I go over and hit copy link and I get that link,
Yep. Or you can copy it just old-fashioned, or you can hit
and
copy
now
link.
if I send that out,
Yeah. Well, you have to then paste it into an email address somewhere, right? You have to paste it in some kind of email and send that to people.
But if I send that out via email, then because we've changed the permissions there, anybody getting that link can now edit.
Now, what's nice, and really quickly, and we can do a toot on this later, is if someone edits the document, so let's say you make a document. You want to share it, right?
Yeah.
You've made this thing. You're the owner of that document in Google.
Yes.
Someone comes in and changes everything, right? Some friend of
Yeah.
yours, I come in and I'm like, ha ha ha, I'm going to erase things. There's actually a history that shows you all of the changes that are made to your document. You can revert back to the old history.
Can you show us that?
Well, it's kind of in here.
Well, no, let's go to done. And then if we could hit over to file.
Yep, file.
I think it's version history.
Bam, right there.
Okay, and then we can see
version history.
Nice.
And it just shows us any changes that are made. So it might feel dangerous, or it might feel like, uh-oh, what if someone were to come in and change this document when I give them editing rights? But you can always go back and fix it because you are the owner of the document.
Yeah.
If you give up ownership, then you give up the right to fix that. But so just a quick little be careful on that, but don't worry if you give people editorial rights, you can always go back and change any changes that they make.
So cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to revert back to, let's go back to our
So now
our
we're back to sharing. Yeah,
okay.
we're sharing.
Let me try to share something with you. I just want to use sharing the doc. I'm going to type in your email address, and Google's smart. It knows that I've typed in your name a lot.
So again, the big difference is up here in this part, I'm giving people a link that they click on and now they have access to a document.
Yes.
That's like a way to do this with large groups of people or just people. Here, you're sharing with individual people.
Yes.
You can type in multiple email addresses separated by commas, right? So this is more of a direct way to share documents.
Cool.
This icon means to edit.
Yep.
This icon means to view. This icon means to just make comments. Generally, again, teachers allow people to view. Students are going to be working collaboratively. They're going to be allowing other people to edit.
Okay, so I'm gonna type in your email address just real quick. All right, there's Baser. And I'm going to give you the ability to view and comment. There you go.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, hey.
So now what happens on my side,
Send,
is I get an email address in my inbox.
Yep.
Now you go to your document.
Okay. I'm in my document.
Come on now. Oh, there we go. Yep, you just shared it with me.
Yep.
I get an email address that says, Kyle has invited you to comment on the following document. So you've only given me comment privileges.
Yes, I have.
I have a link to the document. I open it up.
Okay.
I see your note, hey.
Yeah.
And now you should see in the top right corner a little box that represents me now being on the document.
Amazing. You just came up and you have a stormtrooper head.
Yeah, I have a stormtrooper head.
Okay.
I'm a big Star Wars geek. And now I can't change it. I'm trying to, wait, can I? Did I just change that?
Yeah, you did.
Do I have editing rights?
You should. You probably have editing rights because you are on this doc a long time ago.
I'm on a document in Meta. I should be only allowed to make comments on this, like, hey, right back at you.
Yes.
I can make comments.
And that just popped up.
Right.
I'm going to click on this comment.
Or I could click on this and make a comment like, look at this. And make a comment on the Thursday. I made a comment on that.
Yes.
So that gives me those rights, and I can now work on the document. You can work on the document.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's sharing.
That's okay. And sharing is caring?
Sharing is caring. One more important thing.
Lay it on me.
Let's say I have a folder of documents that I want to share.
Oh, yeah. That happens a
so
lot.
Let's go back to your screne.
Okay. So
in your drive, go back into your drive.
We're
now
here.
let's say I have a whole folder of like 7 documents that I want to share.
Yeah.
So let's take, what's a nice...
let's share the sports out.
Okay, so let's look at sports. Look at all these things in sports, right? Okay, and this is important. So I can just click on sports.
Yep.
I can right-click on it and click share.
Ooh.
Or I can use that whole share button right here.
Uh-huh.
Right, if I highlight it and I hit the share button, what's going to happen is it just gives me this option to put an email address.
Right.
But what's going to happen is every document in that folder, I now have editing rights for.
Okay.
So if I have 5 documents in a folder and I share the folder with you, I get access to all of those documents.
Right.
So you got to be careful. If you are sharing someone on a folder and there's something in there you don't want them to have,
yes,
you got to be more specific on your sharing.
Cool.
Right?
Yep.
And that's it.
Man, powerful.
Yeah, and it's simple.
Okay.
Really simple.
Well, hey, man, I'm glad we set aside some time to toots today.
Yeah, and I hope those 6th graders love our toots.
Yeah, I know I love our toots.
I love our toots.
All right, so this has been Kyle.
And Brandon.
And this has been a toot.
Toot, toot.